Begin by simply listening. Slow down and see just how peaceful today can be. Thank you so much for being here.
The beginning is a very delicate time. Know then that it is the year 10,191. The known universe is ruled by the Padishah Emperor Shaddam IV, my father. In this time, the most precious substance in the universe is the spice melange. The spice extends life. The spice expands consciousness. The spice is vital to space travel. The Spacing Guild and its navigators, whom the spice has mutated over 4,000 years, use the orange spice gas, which gives them the ability to fold space. That is, travel to any part of the universe without moving. Oh yes, I forgot to tell you. The spice exists on only one planet in the entire universe. A desolate, dry planet with vast deserts. Hidden away within the rocks of these deserts are a people known as the Fremen, who have long held a prophecy that a man would come, a Messiah, who would lead them to true freedom. The planet is Arrakis, also known as June.
No! The other one. Yes! Okay. The other, no, it's... No, yes. Shoot, so we go...
Columbia Network takes pleasure in presenting Orson Welles and the Mercury Theatre on the Air in the second of a unique new summer series of 9 dramatic productions. The first time in its history that radio has brought to the country an entire theatrical institute. Columbia is proud to welcome Orson Welles to its roster of stars and to give him the opportunity of bringing to the air those same qualities of vitality and imagination that have made him the most talked-of theatrical director in America today.
Good evening. This is Orson Welles speaking. If there's anything bloodthirstier than a werewolf, it's a pirate. The Mercury Theatre is playing safe. Now its vampires and their ilk leave you as uncannily cold as old Dracula himself, who was staked down firmly and is to be hoped permanently in his own family plot that weekend. There are figures to prove that you are susceptible to buried treasures. We calculate that no decent, law-abiding citizen is immune to pirates. There are cowboys and Indians, there are gangsters and G-men, but these delights are inconstant like the short skirt. I don't care how young you are. Nothing charms, nothing embraces, nothing wins like a one-legged, double-barreled buccaneer with earrings, a handkerchief on his head, and a knife in his teeth. What could be more appropriate on the starboard rail of your four-masted brigantine? You happen to four-masted brigantine, you have Treasure Island. In your library, because it's a great English classic, and this evening, because it's a great story, it's on your radio. I mean by playing safe. Once there was a small boy who asked his stepfather, who had written a number of books, please, to write something interesting. The stepfather, seeing his point, immediately contributed a serial of something repugnant called Young Folk, a periodical circulating in that section of the English nation known as Tiny Tots, who was very prevalent in the 80s. The name of the serial was The Seacoast by Captain George North, and if the Tiny Tots didn't think it was interesting, they should have been boiled in oil. The story was begun, the stepfather says, on a chill September morning by the cheek of a brisk fire and the rain drumming on the windows. The small boy himself helped a lot, even though Captain North got the credit, and so did a third and equally incurable small boy who loved his father. They grew a map of the Charlton Island showing very queer and wonderful attractions, spyglass shoulder prints, Skeleton Island, North Cache with a bar silver, and then on that chill September morning by that brisk fire of theirs, the three fathers buried their thunder. Doubloons, louis-d'or, gold, silver, rich jewels, and pieces of lace. That's why the story was finally called Treasure Island. It's foolish to guess tuned in on this broadcast, but if in some way, while we were retelling the story, hoped devoutly that he, who the Samoans lay to rest in the hills of their own faraway Treasure Island, who was still known out there only as the great teller of tales, would not wish tonight as he did to unaccountably first to suppress the real name of Captain George North. The small boy, of course, should have been decorated. It's a better world because he asked for something interesting. Then he was lucky. There are millions and millions of small boys, but only one of us had Robert Louis Stevenson for a stepfather.
Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson, with Orson Welles as Long John Silver and as Jim Hawkins who tells the story. Treasure Island.
Squire Trelawney, Dr. Livesey, and the rest of the gentlemen having asked me to write down the whole particulars about Treasure Island from the beginning to the end, keeping nothing back but the bearings of the island, and that only because there is treasure not yet lifted. I take up my pen in the year of grace 1783 and go back to that time 19 years ago when my father kept the Admiral Benbow Inn, and the brown old seaman with a saber cut first took up his lodging under our roof. I was 14. I remember him as if it were yesterday. Mother called to me from upstairs.
Yes, Mother?
He came plodding to the inn door, his sea chest following behind him on a hand barrow. A tall, strong, heavy, nut-brown man, tarry pigtail falling over the shoulders of his soiled blue coat, his hands ragged and scarred with black broken nails, and a saber cut across one cheek, a dirty, livid white, singing that old sea song that he sang so often afterwards.
Open up in there! Howdy, boy!
Yes, sir.
What do you call this place?
The Admiral Benbow Inn, sir.
Admiral Benbow, eh? Nice, lovely-looking, pleasant, situated grove shop. You don't come here much, do they, boy? Not much company?
No, sir, more city.
Oh? Well, then it's the work for me. I'm a plain man, rum and bacon, eggs, all I want. And that head up there, for the watch chipped off. Here, you matey! You with a wheelbarrow! Bring up alongside, help up my chest. You boys, heavy. Call me Captain, boy! Captain!
Yes, Captain. What do you mean?
You know what you do, boy. Round two. Eat there and man. Captain!
Yes, Captain.
Bring me a noggin of rum, boy!
And so he came to live under our roof. We never knew his name. We called him the Captain. A very silent man by custom all day. He hung around the cove or up on the cliff with a brass telescope staring out to sea. All evening he sat in the corner of the parlor next to the fire and drank rum and water, very strong. And every day when he came back from his stroll, he would ask the same question.
Jim,
Yes, Captain.
did seafaring men go by today along the road?
No, Captain.
Jim,
Yes, sir.
you're a good boy, Jim. You wouldn't lie to me ever, would you, Jim?
No, sir.
You haven't seen him, have you, Jim? Jim, there's a silver halfpenny for you on the first of every month. You keep the weather eye open for a seafaring man with one leg. Let me know the moment you see him, won't you, Jim? A seafaring man with one leg.
How that personage haunted my dreams. On stormy nights when the wind shook the four corners of the house, and the surf roared along the cove and up the cliff, I could see him in 1,000 forms. Now the leg would be cut off at the knee, now at the hip. Now he was a monstrous kind of a creature who had never had but one leg, and that in the middle of his body.
You'll keep your weather eye open, won't you, Jim? For a seafaring man with one leg. A seafaring man with one leg.
Months went by. The captain's bad fares ruinous. They kept on staying week after week, month after month.
Never a penny of money, Jim. Not a penny has he paid us since the day he came here. And me a poor widow woman.
Mother, why don't you ask him for some?
Well, I'll tell you the truth, Jim. I'm afraid to ask him. I'm afraid of the man. Now of you.
In all that time, none of us ever saw him open the great sea chest that was in his room. There were nights when he took a deal more rum and water than his head could carry. Often I heard the house shaking, and all the neighbors joining in for dear life.
Quiet a bit, Jim! Quiet!
He would force them all to listen to his stories. Dreadful stories they were, about hanging and walking the plank and storms at sea, and the dry Tortugas, and wild deeds in places on the Spanish Main. By his own account, he must have lived his life among some of the wickedest men that God ever allowed upon the sea. The captain had been living with us almost a year when there occurred the first of the mysterious events that rid us at last of his presence. It was one January morning, very early, a pinching, frosty morning. The captain had risen earlier than usual
and sat down on the beach with a telescope under his arm. My mother was upstairs and occupying the breakfast table against the captain's return, when the parlour door opened, and a stranger stepped in.
Danny! Come here, Danny. Is this table to my mate Bill?
I don't know you, mate Bill. I'm laying this for a man who stays in the house. We call him the captain.
Well, my mate Bill would be called the captain, like as not. Now, we'll put it for argument like that your captain's got a cap on one cheek. And we'll put it, if you like, that cheek's the right one, eh? What? Good. I can see there he is now. There's my mate Bill. That's him with a spyglass under his arm. Makes his old heart to be skewered. You and me'll just get back behind the door, Danny. And we'll give Bill a little surprise, we will. Bless his heart, I said again. Yo! Hello, Bill. Bill, you knows me. You knows an old shipmate, Bill, surely. Black dog as ever was. Yes, Bill. We've seen a fight at times, that's so. So you run me down. Here I am, we'll speak up, what is it? That's Bill, you're in the right of it, silly. I'll have a glass of rum from this dear child here, while I put such a liking to. And we'll sit down, if you please, and talk square, like old shipmates. Sit down, Bill. And you, Sonny, get out.
Yes, sir.
And none of your keels on me, do you hear?
For a while, I could hear nothing but a low gabbing. Suddenly, the voices began to grow higher.
Swing in! Swing over! Hey, hey!
I saw Black Dog streaming blood run off down the road. Presently, the captain returned, alone.
Give me some rum.
Captain, are you hurt?
I must get away from here. Get away, that's what. I must get away from here!
It's the captain, Mother.
Oh, dear, dear, what a disgrace. I've been afraid of something like this ever since he came into the house with that old chap of his.
I got the rum and tried to put it down his throat, but his teeth were tightly shut and his jaws were as strong as iron. An hour later, our friend Dr. Libby came.
What shall we do?
Where's he wounded, Doctor?
Wounded? I'm more wounded than you or I. The man kind of Black dog. Black dog? There is no black dog except what you have in your own back. You've been drinking rum, man, and you've had a stroke. One drop of rum a day won't kill you. But if you take one, you take another and another. And then you die. Die and go to your own place like the man in the Bible. And the world will be rid of a very dirty scoundrel. You understand that? The name of rum for you is death.
About noon the next day, I stopped at the captain's door with some medicine.
It's me, Jim.
He was lying very much as we'd left him.
Jim, you're the only one here that's worth anything. You know I always think good for you. Never much for giving you a silver focus yourself. Now you see me, I'm pretty low. It's deserted by all. Jim, you'll bring me a noggin of rum, won't you, baby?
But the doctor...
Doctors, it's all swamp! Don't have a grain of rum, Jim, I'll have a horror. Seen some already. Those big in the corner there behind you, saying it's right, I've seen him! I'll give you a golden guinea for a noggin.
When I brought it to him, he seized it greedily and drank it up.
Hush! That's something that's sure enough. Now, lady, did that doctor say how long I was to lie here in the cold bed?
Why, a week, please.
Under a week! If they do that, they'll have a back bottle lever then. The lovers is going about getting the wind of this blessed moment. The lovers just couldn't keep what they got, and one nail was another. Yes, Jim. The thing they're after. It put me the black spot, I know it. I was first mate, I was. Old Flint's first mate. And I'm the only one that knows the place he buried it. He came with me at Savannah when he lay a dying.
What's the black spot, Captain?
A summons from old Flint's crew. A summons. And them as gets it, Jim, is lucky when they're dead.
So, a week went by, and then, about 3 o'clock of a bitter, foggy, frosty afternoon, I saw someone drawing slowly near along the road. He was plainly blind, for he tapped before him with a stick. He wore a great green shade over his eyes and nose. He was hunched as if with age or weakness, and wore a huge old tattered sea cloak with a hood.
Christian friends, take pity on a poor blind mariner as has lost the precious sight of his eyes in the gracious defense of his native country, England, and God bless King George. Where are in my country, country in our midst?
You were at the Admiral Benbow Inn,
Yes,
Black Hill Cove.
I am voice. It's here that I miss my delight. Will you give me a hand, my kind young friend, and lead me into the captain?
I held out my hand, and the horrible, soft-spoken, eyeless creature drifted in a moment like a bite.
Now, boy, take me into the captain.
Sir, upon my word, I dare not.
You heard me. Take me in straight. Take me into the captain.
Yes, sir.
Good. And when I'm in view, take you in. Here's a penny for your tailbone.
Yes, sir.
Damn you.
Here's a friend for you, Bilbo.
Now, Bill, which way are business is business. Oh, thou shalt left hand straight. But take his left hand by the wrist and bring it near to my eyes. It's a little bit of paper for your Bilbo. Now that's done, I'll be going. Goodbye, Bill. Goodbye.
Jim,
Yes, Captain?
time is Jim.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, 6 hours. He better and get you and Black Dog and Long John Silver. The whole crew of them here.
Captain. Captain. Captain.
The captain was dead. And there we were, my mother and I, a woman and a boy of 14, alone at night in the house, with the dead captain's body on the parlor floor.
Oh, you ain't never let me find him. When you get called with us,
But whether his black dog comes back or the blind man.
there's something you never rejected up there across your mind. And you have that kiss every way down.
Mother.
Close the blind, Jim. You don't want to look at it. We have to get the key.
Look, Mother. Look.
On the floor, hooked the dead man's hand and the little round of paper, blackened on one side.
Black spot.
I took it up and found it.
Half till 10 tonight. 4 hours.
How can you find that?
I felt in his pockets one after another. There, sure enough, hanging on a bit of tie string, we found the key. Then my mother got a candle in the bar, and holding each other's hands, we went upstairs to the room.
Give me the key, Jim. Now then. Not a thing of value, not a penny.
Mother, look.
There, before us, lay the last thing from the chest, a bundle tied up in oilcloth looking like papers, and a canvas bag that gave forth at a touch the jingle of gold.
You see, Jim, I knew we'd find it. But I'll show these rogues that I'm an honest woman. I'll have me do enough to filing over. Here, Jim, hold it back.
Coins were of all countries and sizes, doubloons and louis d'or, and guineas and pieces of 8.
Mother. Mother, listen. Come, Mother. Mother, take the hole and let's be gone.
No, I haven't been, Jim, no.
But Mother, you heard him. That was the blind man.
You can do it, I know that.
But Mother, you don't know.
Hold it here. I'll take it.
And I'll take this. These papers. Quick, Mother, quick. Take my hand.
Next moment, we had opened the door and were in full retreat toward the village.
Look, Jim. Over the hill. There they come.
Run, Mother, run.
Jim, I'm going to faint. Oh, Jim. Get the money and go on.
Mother.
Oh.
Mother.
She had fainted. I managed somehow to drag her down the bank into the shadow of the ditch. A moment later, the house was surrounded.
Can you answer me? Down with the door and in your lovers, loot the house and find it. Still dead, but you still dead. Let him, you certain lovers, and the rest of your lot in that
It was a good thing my mother had fainted, or she would have had to watch with me while our poor house was pulled apart and smashed. Whatever it was they were after, they did not find it.
Is it there? The money's there!
What is it? The map, Mother. This map.
Thank you! Take the signal! Tell me that! Oh, Lord, yes! It's in the house, you know it is! You must follow my hand the eye! Signal to the signal! You don't! You had your hands on hundreds, on thousands! Are you giving up now? You're being rich as kings if you can find it, and you know it's there, and you stand there skulking. There wasn't one of you there, face, Bill, and I did it, a blind man, and I'm to lose my chance for you. I'm to be a poor crawling beggar finding my rum when I might be down in a couch. If there's a flock of a weevil in the sea biscuit among the ladies. That's the last signal. Yeah. Black dog. Johnny. Dirk. You won't kill me. Not all you. Johnny. Black dog. Don't leave on you! I don't do that! Oh,
When they picked him up where he lay on the road on his side, Hugh was stone dead. The horsemen, as it turned out, were revenue officers with some news of a strange lugger in control, and they set forth that night in our direction. They took my mother to a neighbor's house.
Well, Hawkins, they got the money, you say? Well, what unfortunately were they after? More money, I suppose?
No, Sergeant. Not money, I think. In fact, sir, I believe I have the thing in my breast pocket. To tell you the truth, I should like to put it in safety.
To be sure, boy, quite right. I'll take it.
I thought perhaps Dr. Lister...
No, yes, Dr. Lister. Perfectly right, perfectly right. The gentleman and the magistrate. Doctor! Yes, sir. You have a good horse. Take this right up behind you. Yes, sir.
We rode hard all the way till we came to Dr. Lister's door.
The doctor cut his neck to fire. Fire? Well, there we go, boy!
We'd arrived at the squire's. She wrote to me that they take the condescending.
Come in, gentlemen.
Good evening, Dr. Lister.
Then the officer stood up straight and stiff and told his story.
Sergeant, you are a very noble fellow. This lad Hawkins is a turnpike thief. Hawkins, bring that bell. Sergeant is have to know you.
And so, Jim, you have the thing with the after.
Here it is, sir.
Oh, you've heard of this Captain Squire.
Mervyn? Mervyn, you say? He was the bloodthirstiest bugger ever seen. Black bear was a child, my friend. The Spaniards were so particularly afraid of him, but I tell you, sir, I was sometimes proud he was an Englishman. Money! One of those servants off that butt money.
No, I want to know is this. Suppose I have here in my pocket two to wear 3 days of feather.
Monster, you know what I'm to this? We have the crew you talk about. I get out of ship in Bristol Dock, take you and Hawkins here along, and I'll have that feather to myself to yell.
No, Jim is agreeable, doing it from the second. Left, no. Would let him shoot his launches to you. Right in. Tall tree, high-glass shoulder, bearing a point from north to northeast. Skeleton Island, southeast by east, in sea. The Bath Fever is in the north.
Today, you'll give up this wicked practice lunch. Tomorrow, I start for Bristol. In 3 weeks' time, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 10 days, we'll have the best shipster and the choicest crew in England. Hawkins to Canis Hemingway, you live the ship's doctor, I am Admiral.
I'll go with you, Squire, so will Jim. It'll be a credit to the undertaking. There's only one man to trade off.
Who's there? Name the monster.
You, sir, for you cannot hold your power.
In a few moments we shall be bound for Treasure Island with Dr. Lister, Squire Trelawney, and Jim Hawkins. We pause now for station identification. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
WABC, New York.
Tonight the Columbia Network is bringing you Orson Welles and the Mercury Theatre on the air in Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island. As Jim Hawkins was telling us, we are eager to leave the Benbow Inn behind and set out for the docks in Bristol.
It was longer than the squire imagined ere we were ready for the sea. Weeks passed on. Then, one fine day, there came a letter from the squire, from Bristol.
Dear Limpet, the ship is home fitted, laid at anchor ready for sea. It was the crew that delayed me, till the most remarkable stroke of fortune brought me the very man that I required. I was standing on the dock, when by the merest accident I went in talk with him. He had hobbled down there that morning with a parrot on his shoulder, to get a smell of salt, he said. Out of pure pity, I engaged him on the spot to ship's cook. Long John Silver, he is called, and has lost an egg. Well, sir, I thought I'd only found the cook, but it was a crew I'd discovered. Between Silver and myself, we got together in a few days, a company of the savage souls imaginable. I declare we could fight the frigate. Seal and ho! Hang the trigger! It's the glory of the sea that is stands high again.
On the 16th of April, the schooner Hispaniola set sail from Bristol Harbour. More than 19 years ago, but I can remember it as if were yesterday.
Me and my new blue cabin boys, sir.
19 years ago.
Leaning over the rail, waving goodbye to my mother, and doing my best not to cry. For at the last moment, it sort of hurt to leave her, and it was the first time I had been away from home. Then, a little before noon, Captain Smollett gave an order. The boatswain sounded his pipe, and the crew began to man the capstan bar. Soon, the anchor was short up. Soon it was hanging dripping at the bars. Soon the sail began to draw, and the land and shipping to flit by on either side. The Hispaniola had begun her voyage to the Isle of Treasure. On the second day out, I made the acquaintance of our one-legged ship's cook, Long John Silver.
Hey there, boy! Come in! Come on into Long John's galley!
To tell you the truth, at the very first mention of Long John Silver in the squire's letter, I had taken a fear in my mind that this might be the very one-legged sailor that I had watched for all those months at the Benbow Inn. But one look at him was enough. I had seen Captain Bones and Black Dog and Blind Pew, and I knew what a buccaneer looked like. Very different from this clean and pleasant-looking sea cook. His left leg was cut off close to the hip, and under the left shoulder he carried a crutch, which he managed wonderfully, hopping about on it like a bird.
This is the bait! This is the bait! This is the bait!
Are you Mr. Silver, sir?
Yes, my lad, such is my name to be sure. And you're Hawkins, eh? Nobody more welcome than yourself, my lad, in old John's galley. Down here than you. Your first trip to see Hawkins?
Yes, sir.
Well. Well, there's a lot of things you're going to learn when the voyage is over. What do you think, Hawkins? And if there's anything you want to know, Hawkins, you just come to old John Silver and ask him, see, he'll tell you.
His galley was as clean as a new pin. The dishes hanging up burnished, and his parrot in a cage in one corner.
Yeah, Captain Flint. I call myself Captain Flint. Yeah, but fella, that's a famous buccaneer. Yeah, Captain Flint, predicting success down boys. Wasn't you, Captain? Yeah, she's a powerful old bird, Captain. But 200 years old, she's a dame. If anybody's seen more wickedness, it must be the devil himself. They sailed with England, the great captain of the pirates, on the old walrus, Flint's ship. I've seen her muck with the red blood and flecked her sink with gold. He's been at Madagascar, at Malabar, Suriname, Providence, Portobello. Look at her, you think she was a baby, Hawkins, but it's not powder, I'm your captain. And blood, eh, Captain? And pieces of meat, eh, Captain?
Pieces of meat! Pieces of meat! Pieces of meat! Pieces of meat! Pieces of meat!
At the end of the third week, we left Madeira behind us. The ship proved to be a good ship. The crew seemed to be capable seamen. There was only one man aboard who was not satisfied, and that was the ship's master, Captain Smollett.
I'll speak plain. I don't like it. I don't like the crew. I don't like the men. I don't like my officers. That's short and sweet.
Nobody paid much attention to him. Every man on board seemed well content. Double grog was served on the least excuse. There was duff on odd days, and always a barrel of apples standing roached in the wake. For anyone to help himself that had a fancy.
Never knew good come of it yet. While folks land make devils. That's my belief. We're not home again yet.
Good did come of that apple barrel. It was about the last day of our outward voyage. Sometime that night, or at latest before noon of the morrow, we should sight the Treasure Island. Just after sundown, when all my work was over, I thought I should like an apple. I ran on deck. The watch was all forward, looking out for the island. I got into the apple barrel. Suddenly, I heard voices on deck.
Look here, barbecue. How long are we going to stay off and on like a second sunburn? Why send it on when we get to that cabin on you? I want them to go and wine and then. How long?
God's the last moment I can manage, and that's how long. How many tall ships they give our team laid aboard? How many brisk lads drying in the sun at execution dock? And all for the same hurry, and hurry, and hurry. Who's the first word seaman, Captain Smart? Save the blessed ship for us.
You'll see what aboard here,
Oh, forecastle and Jimmy, I never thought you were in a happy to get drunk. I don't know what this treasure is, do I? No more the use of you, and here's this squire and doctor with a map and such. Well, and I mean this squire and doctor will find the treasure for us and help us to get it aboard by the powers. After that,
what do we do with them John Silver arms at that?
well, what would you think we do to them? Put them ashore like maroons, or cut them down like that much pork? Duty is duty, mate. Wait. Wait is what I said. When the time comes, why, let her rip.
What's that? What's that?
Treasure Island. 10 minutes later, we were gathered in cabin. The squire, Dr. Leslie, the captain, and myself.
Now, Hawkins, you had something to say. See that?
I did as I was bid. I told them the whole story of Silver's conversation. When that was done, all three, one after another, reached to the bow, drank my good health. Then the squire rose.
Captain Smollett, you were right and I was wrong. I own myself an ass. May we go on this then?
This is a remarkable man. Yes, I did. We must go on because we can't turn back.
Yes.
And what I propose is that we don't wait for them to surprise us, but that we come to blows at our own time and when they least expect it. There must be some safe lands left. Well, we must find out who they are. You, Sheriff, is the small one. You never not shy with him. And
No.
Hawkins, I put prodigious faith in you.
In the meantime, talk as we please. There were only 7 out of 26 on whom we knew we could rely. And of these 7, I was a boy. So that the grown men on our side were 6 for their 19. Next morning, there was not a breath of air moving, nor a sound. That of the surf booming half a mile away along the beaches. A peculiar stagnant smell hung over the anchorage. The heat was sweltering, and the men grumbled fiercely over their work. Even as the plane hung over us like a thundercloud. Around noon, Captain Smollett came up on deck.
And all day and all time on the sword. Quick fellas all runs over there. They can take the thing. The money is pleased, they go ashore. They have to do. Hey, wait a minute, man. What's the array? What's the array?
When Silver suspected a trick, he hopped around the deck on his one leg.
Wait a minute.
Soon the party was over. 6 fellows were to stay on board, and 13, including Silver, began to embark. Suddenly, I had a mad notion to go ashore too. In a jiffy, I slipped over the side, and curled up in the foresheets of the nearest boat. No one took notice of me. The crew raced for the beach. No sooner had we touched shore, when I leaped out, and plunged into the nearest thicket. Behind me, I could hear young Silver's voice.
Hey, Jim! Jim, my boy! Hey, Jim!
I'm Silver was quick as work. 2 faithful members of the crew were murdered on the island that afternoon. Only an hour after we landed. The second killing I saw with my own eyes. There I lay hidden among the trees.
It's because I think so, John Silver, you're made of mind of all. If I die like a dog, I'll die with you. You killed Alan, have you? Kill me too, if you can. But I can fight.
Started to walk away.
Try this then.
Long John whipped the crutch out of his armpit and sent it hurtling through the air. It struck him in the back and killed him. Then, Silver brought out a whistle. I didn't wait. I ran as I never ran before. I looked up the side of the hill. Far above me, I saw something leap behind the trunk of a tree. It seemed dark and shaggy. I turned and began to run. Suddenly, the thing appeared in front of me, and running forward, threw itself on its knees before me, and held out its clasped hands in supplication.
I haven't spoken with Christian these 3 years.
3 years? Well, you're shipwrecked too.
Totally true. 3 years lived on boats in Canterbury and oysters. Made my heart and soul for Christian diet. You might happen to have a piece of tea about you now. No? Well, maybe tonight I've dreamed of cheese, toasted mostly, and woke up again and here I was. What you call yourself, Jim? Jim. Well, now, Jim, you wouldn't think. You wouldn't think I was rich to look at me, would you now? Oh, well, but I am, Jim. I'm rich, powerful rich. Oh, Jim, you'll make me start you when you was the first that found me.
Suddenly his eye fell on the Hispaniola lying far below us. Between it and the land was a jericho, with 5 men moving toward shore. They're not leaving here.
Jim, that be true. That ain't Flint ship.
Not Flint ship, and Flint is dead. There's some Flint tangible that works like the rest of us.
Not a man. This one raid.
Silver?
Woo! If you were taking a long job, I'm pretty poor, I know it. I'm Flint ship with John Silver, old Flint buried in the tree.
Sorry.
He had 6 strong seamen. They were sore and I only. And then one day he comes in by himself in a little boat. Oh, day. Dead buried along with the trader. How he done it, my man was to make out.
One of the purpose of our voyage, and the predicament in which we now found ourselves.
Oh, that long John, he's a bad beast. And you're all in the club here, naked. Well, you got put your first in Ben Gunn. Ben Gunn was the man to help you. You tell that you squire Jim, Ben Gunn's the man, that's what you say. And Ben Gunn says you, and I need home. Look at that.
Far below, I saw a Union Jack flying in the air above the woods.
There's your friend, sure enough.
More likely it's Union
Oh, mate, Silver Sky and Jolly Roger. That's your friend, sure enough. It's shore in the old stockade made years and years ago by a Flint. Whoa! What's that?
That's the ship's cannon. And they're shooting at the stockade. Come on.
Wait a minute, Jim, wait. Ben Gunn is fine. Rum wouldn't bring me down there. And remember, Jim, Ben Gunn's the man to help you. When Ben Gunn is wanted, he knows where to find him. That's where you found him today.
He started to run towards the fire.
Hey, Jim! Jim! Get back here!
What the heck?
He's ringing me.
Thank you.
It was less than a mile from the stockade. There was heavy running through the woods. The shooting was getting louder. Suddenly before me I saw a plane. A smoke of musket fired nearby. Hey there!
Go, sir!
Hey! Don't shoot, it's me!
Who's this?
Me! Keep walking!
It's James!
A moment later, I was over the stockade among my friends. And soon afterwards the firing ceased. The mutineers were saving their powder. The stockade was a good place, with a paling 6 feet high all around it. We could have held it against the regiment. But here Captain Smollett decided to stay, and await our enemy's next move. I told Dr. Ridley and the squire about Ben Gunn.
Who's that? He don't make that one to the trick. Who goes? Stand by fire.
officers watching the lookout. Dr. Lidley, take the north side, you please. Give him the east, lay west. Watch below, all hands to load muskets. Lively men, and careful. What do you want for your flag of truth?
Captain Silver, sir! Come to my firm! Captain Silver! Why, you black-hearted scoundrel!
Silence. If you wish to talk to me, you can come, that's all. If there's any treachery, we'll be on your side, and the Lord help you.
Anything like that, the word from you, enough. I know a gentleman, and you may lay to that.
You better sit down.
Hey, you're gonna let me inside, Captain? The main cold morning to be sure, sir, to sit outside on the fence. Oh, that's you. Top of the morning, Jim. You're all together like a happy family in a man at sea.
If you've anything to say, my man, better say it.
Like you would, Captain Smollett. Do me, to be sure. Well, here it is. We want that treasure. We'll have it. That's our point. You just can take your mind, I reckon.
That was maybe.
Funny is, we want your charge. You give us the charge to get the treasure by, and I'll give you my happy day for my word of honor to clap you somewhere safe ashore.
Is that all you have to say?
Every last word, I thunder refuse that. You've seen a lot to me, but too much.
Very good. Now you hear me. If you'll come up one by one, unarmed, I'll engage to clap you all in irons and take you home to a fair trial in England. If you won't, my name's Alexander Smollett. I've shown the trouble in colours, and I'll see you all at Davy Jones. You can't find the trick. You can't sail the ship, and you can't fight it. I stand here and tell you so, and in the last good word you'll get from me. Now, quick, Jack!
Laugh, I thunder, laugh! Or not, how can you laugh on the other side? You're gonna die if you're the lucky one.
Nothing remained of the attacking party but the 5 wood fallen. 4 on the inside and 1 on the outside of the palisade. The mutineers did not come back that night. They had dropped their rations as the captain ordered. The next day was cycling hot. After dinner, Dr. Lidley sent for me.
Cheese has been down had a sense before.
Yes, sir, cheese.
Well, then, just see the food comes to being big in your food. You see my snap off, haven't you? You never saw me take snap. The reason being is in my snap off, I had a piece of pardon. The cheese made in Italy, sitting in Italy. Well, that's the thing done. Oh, goodbye, lad.
Then he took out his hand and pistol, girt on his cutlass, put the charge in his pocket, and set off briskly through the trees. That afternoon, the blockhouse being cycling hot, and the little patch of sand inside the palisade blazed in the midday sun, with so much blood about me, and so many poor dead bodies lying around. A new idea came into my head. This was to swim out in the cover of the night, cut the Hispaniola adrift, and let her go ashore when she fancied. The mutineers, after their approach of the morning, had nothing near their hearts than to up anchor and wait to sea. This I thought would be a fine thing to prevent. It was evening when I reached the east coast of the island. I could see the Hispaniola lying at anchor offshore. And there was the Jolly Roger, the black flag of piracy, flying from her peak. As the last rays of daylight dwindled and disappeared, absolute darkness settled down on the treasure island. The next night I was back on land. I was proud of myself, and with good reason. I had grounded the Hispaniola, beached her up tidily in the North Inlet with no harm done, safe from the mutineers. I had no trouble finding the stockade. Coming in from the shore, keeping close in shadow of the darkness of the city, I stepped into the blockhouse. See nothing. The doctor and the squire was worried about me. I could lie down in my own place, I thought, and enjoy their faces when they found me in the morning. I felt for a place to lie down.
Take it away! Take it away! Take it away! Keep on, Dick. My timber. Jim Hawkins. Stop in like that. Like that. Chronicle. Like you want to have Jim for a load of spirit. I did it my own self when I was young and acting. Always wanted to do John like that. Take your share by a gentleman. Now my cock, you've got to. You can't go back to your own lot.
Where are they? You killed them? Well, I'm not in the school, but I know pretty well what I have to look for. There's a thing or two I have to tell you. And the first is this. Here you are in a bad way. Ship lost, treasure lost, men lost. If you want to know who did it was I. I was in the apple barrel when I decided land. I heard you down. You get Johnson.
No.
You were down at the bottom of the sea. You told every word you said, call the owls out. After the school left, the guy who cut her cable. The guy who brought her where you'll never see her more, not one of you. No more fear you than a fear of flying.
Let the year go. Just think it's fun on track. Over there! Good morning, Tom Morgan. Maybe you thought you were Captain Seabreast.
On the right, in the bar.
Did any of you gentlemen want to end up with me? Even one of them, you get it. You won't find anybody under your face. Yeah, I like that boy. But he's a better boy than that. He's more a man than he's had right here in the yard. I see if there's nothing see him that'll lay a hand on him, that's what I say. You may like what ain't have a lot to say. I thought to let me hear it till late till. What? Step up, I won't bite you. Maybe there was a lot of that. The black one. Oh, that is very pretty rope to be sure. Like print, I swear. But it ain't one bit prettier rope than this. And what does it look like, lads? A chart, that's what it is, a chart! A chart of this island, old flint chart! Now, what do you think of that?
That's history and that is Here's that man! How did you forget it? Don't see that
That was the end of the night business. Only much later, I woke up suddenly. I felt someone beside me.
Jimmy boy.
Yes, Orson?
I see you're like you tonight, Jim. And you're really sick close, Jim, back to the back like it's trouble. Talking trouble, Jim. Why did those friends of yours leave that shot that night when they cleared out here? They did, though. I came in this morning and found the place empty and the chart lying there on the table, where I couldn't miss it. And there's something under that. I'm under it. Good or bad.
The next morning, we set out after the treasure.
All three, spyglass shoulder, bearing a point to the north or the northeast. Skeleton Island, east, southeast, and by east, 10 east.
Hey, over there! Come quick!
At the foot of a pine, half covered with green creeper, a human skeleton lay on the ground.
Escape!
It lay perfectly straight, feet pointing in one direction, the hands raised above his head like a diver, pointing directly in the opposite.
It ain't natural. It ain't natural, but you know, lads, I'm a notion in my own you know now? Here's the compass, there's the tip-top point of Skeleton Island sticking out like a tooth. Just take a bearing when you're on the line, they ball. East, southeast, and by east. I thought so. It's a pointer. Right up there down line to the pole star for Johnny Dollars. This is one of Flint's jokes, and no mistake. Him and these six was alone here. Alone, he killed them. Every man. And this one yawed up here and laid down by the compass, yes. 6 they were, and 6 we are. And bones is what they are now.
Are you indeed, well, Flint?
Very light with very pieces on his eyes.
Dead eyes, sure enough, he's dead. But if ever spirit walks, he'll be blinking. You're odd, but he's dying bad.
Oh, that he did.
May not he swear. And the week was open when I hear him smoking. Come out to the dead. The dead hole of man already.
Did you hear what I hear? Think the lad. Oh, think. Oh, Lord. Oh, think lost with the battle. Oh, Lord. Shipmate! 750,000 pound and a quarter of a mile from here. We should have taken a fortune showing down and that much dollars from the old seaman with the blue mud. And him dead too. Hey there, son. You too, of this spirit. Or maybe, you know whose voice that was? It was like somebody else's. It was like a... By the power! With guns! Aye. Ben Gunn is where? Oh, nobody minds Ben Gunn. Then all the Lord, nobody minds him. My glass shoulder, bearing a point to the north of East Kennington Island. Now east and by east, 10 feet. Hey, mate, here's a tall tree!
First of the tall trees was reached, and my bearing proved the wrong one. So did the second. So the third.
Here it is! Hey! Oh, God! Benny! Here it is!
The fourth was a big excavation. In this was the shaft of a pit broken in two, and the boards of several packing cases strewn around. All branded with the name Wallace, the name of Flint's ship. The treasure had been found in rifles. 700,000 pounds were gone. Turned and saw above us on the edge of the pit. Ben Gunn, Dr. Linden, Gray, and the Squire, all with muskets. The doctor's plan had worked. Pirates had fallen into his trap.
I dare you to thank me. It's a gross dereliction of my duty. Stand back!
Took us 3 days to move the treasure from Ben Gunn's cave on board ship. The 8th day of December, the Hispaniola reached Bristol. 5 men only of those with sails returned with us.
Well, that was 19 years ago. All of us had an ample share of the treasure and used it, wisely or foolishly according to our natures. Captain Smollett is now retired from the sea, and for Ben Gunn he got 1,000 pounds he spent all lost in 19 days. For he was back begging on the 20th. Silver vanished on the voyage one night off the coast of Mexico, and we heard no more of it. The bar Silver, the arms still lie, for all I know, but Flint buried them. Certainly they shall lie there for all it means. Oxen and Wayne ropes will not bring me back again to that accursed island. The worst dreams that ever I have are when I hear the surf booming about its coast or start upright in bed. The sharp voice of Captain Flint still ringing in my ears.
Pieces of eight! 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 Pieces of eight!
You have been listening to Treasure Island, starring Orson Welles as Long John Silver
his own radio version of Stevenson's Great Adventure story. This is the second of a series of 9 special broadcasts presented by the Mercury Theatre. And here's Orson Welles himself, writer, director, and star of these programs, to tell you about next week's production. Orson Welles.
First of all, I'd like you to meet Jim Hawkins, Jr. Our leading man is 14 years old. Last season, he made a really startling contribution to the stage history of Shakespeare's plays. This was during the course of some experiments with the Mercury Theatre sprinkler system. The consequence of what must certainly have been extensive research in that field, he caused it to rain, actually to rain, and copiously to rain, where in more than 300 years it has never rained in Brutus before. It rained on Brutus, it rained all over Brutus in the forum. I was Brutus, I also know. Now, as dramatic criticism, I found this telling and even final. The surprise item in the funeral scene, I can assure you, that the unexpected appearance on the stage of so many gallons of real water created in us all an impression that was almost overwhelming. Our popular leading man says that he did it all with a match. I don't dare think what he'll do. He's old enough to run for president. But meanwhile, no matter what happens to the plumbing, he can always work for Mercury. If you probably discover he's something more. A very gifted performer, and as I told you, something less than 15. His name shall not be withheld. I refer to that fine old actor, Arthur Anderson. Mr. Anderson is not new to the microphone, nor to Mercury. He was prominent in Shoemaker's Holiday, and in Julius Caesar's Brutus's Boy Cheese, and Sleepy-Eyed Silver, Lucius in Brass Buttons. He was, at least, unforgettable. To our celebrated Mark Antony, George Dolores, who was always somehow cleverly escaped Rainmaker Anderson. Say Captain Smollett, my youth as Wyatt, late housebreaker of Heartbreak House, was the squire. Ray Collins is responsible for Ben Gunn, among other things. And that's Albert Shirley as Line Field. Then you heard Steve Clarkson, Agnes. Therefore, she played Moorhead and Mercury Roundup, which Allen and Rich Wilson inclusive. Jim Hawkins Sr. will bear the front. Next week, we offer you the ominous and authentic click of the world's most famous knitting needles. Madame Lafarge's needle and Madame herself, Dr. Manette, Sidney Carton, and the entire French Revolution, same time, same station. It is a far, far better thing that I do than I've ever done. Charles Dickens, that is correct, that is absolutely correct. Charles Dickens, Tale of Two Cities. There is at this moment a disturbance in the self-control room, and it isn't the pump roll at Arthur Anderson. Good night, everybody. Thanks, please write me. Stories you'd like to hear. Goodbye till next week.
Remember 9 o'clock Eastern Daylight Saving Time next Monday night for the Mercury Theatre on the Air with The Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. On tonight's production, Bernard Herrmann composed the original music and conducted, and Davidson Taylor supervised for the Columbia Network. Dan Seymour speaking. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Delicate time. Know then that it is the year 10,191. The known universe is ruled by the Padishah Emperor Shaddam IV, my father. In this time, the most precious substance in the universe is the spice melange. The spice extends life. The spice expands consciousness. The spice is vital to space travel. The Spacing Guild and its navigators, who the spice has mutated over 4,000 years, use the orange spice gas which gives them the ability to fold space. That is, travel to any part of the universe without moving. Oh yes, I forgot to tell you. The spice exists on only one planet in the entire universe. A desolate, dry planet with vast deserts. Hidden away within the rocks of these deserts are a people known as the Fremen, who have long held a prophecy that a man would come, a Messiah, who would lead them to true freedom. The planet is Arrakis, also known as Dune.
Thank you so much for being here. I was determined. I don't normally put these Zen Theaters so close together, but I was determined because of some technical problems with Street Fighter V. I'm like, I want to stream Street Fighter V, and I want to do an Orson Welles story. So, two birds with one stone. Begin by simply listening. Slow down and see just how peaceful today can be. Thank you so much for being here. If you're hearing this worked. Catch you guys on the flip side.